This Riri Nicole situation and detransitioning, it's gotten a lot of people talking and discussing. A lot of people have asked me to chime in, so I'm going to chime in. So I've been on YouTube for a long time and I have discussed a lot of things. So more than likely, anything that can be discussed, I've already discussed it. Not everything, but a lot of things. And this, my point of this video, has been discussed in another video, but the circumstances were different. It wasn't specifically about detransitioning, but I have a video down in the bottom and I'm going to link it down there for you guys to see it. And it is talking about Jonah from the Bible and Pinky the porn star. So you were like, what? What? Where did you get? How did those come? All right, watch the video downstairs. I've met Riri Nicole at the Black Trans Activist Conference. She was hosting one of the, I don't remember, I think it's this talent showcase that we have every year at the conference, and she was the host of it last year. And one thing that I have to say up front is when I met her, is a couple of things that I know about her. I don't know her personally, but one thing that by talking to her, she's not a dumb girl. She's smart and she's thoughtful. So her making this decision has been thought through, I'm pretty sure. Her decision to detransition. We all want validation. Everybody. That's the thing that every human experience, I don't care who you are, we all want validation. We all want to be loved. Maybe not by everybody, but by somebody. We want to be loved by someone. So our actions and our interaction with the world is really based on that particular need to be validated. Everything we do is based on that. Whether we want to be loved by our children, whether we want to be loved by our husband, loved by the world, loved by other people, we want to be validated. We want to say that we want something or someone to validate us as a person. Okay, I've never met one person. They may not care a lot about outside world, but I haven't met one person that didn't care about something. And that need is stronger in some people and weaker in some people. Whatever is going on in her life, the validation that she needs is pulling her in a direction that is to Christ. And the validation that she needed prior, when she was trying to be a trans woman, she was looking for it there. She was looking for some type of validation when she was led in this direction. So somewhere she's going and searching and looking, trying to find validation somewhere. First it was trying to be a woman. Now it's trying to be saved and into Christ. Whatever she's looking for, I don't know, I hope and pray that she finds it, but what that validation, something is pushing her in all these different opposite, weird, strange, hypocritical, whatever directions. She's going in these directions because she is looking for validation. That may not be what you are going through, which you have to be empathetic. You have to understand that everybody is not as strong as you. Everybody is not as determined as you. Everybody is not as set in stone as you are. Me, I'm set in stone in my womanhood. I didn't jump in this to be validated. There's a lot of circumstantial gay men. There's a lot of circumstantial trans women. And let me explain what I mean by that. There is circumstantial, and then there is natural. This is my theory. You don't have to agree, but this is my theory. And I've met a lot of people that have solidified my theory. Circumstantially gay. These are people who are not naturally gay, but something happened. Not necessarily molestation. A lot of people want to say, they must have got molested and they put it out their mind. No. Yes, molestation can cause this. Yes, absolutely. If you are a child and somebody fiddle-faddles with you and it warps your sense of self and sense of sexuality to the point where you feel like maybe this is you, that's not a natural thing. Somebody altered you and you need help. Okay? Something happened to you. Or sometimes it's not that creepy gross. Sometimes it's, I am looking for validation. I'm in high school and I go into the cafeteria and I see all these type of people. I'm an impressionable teenager and I see all these type of people and I'm looking at all these type of people. And for some reason, I'm more drawn to the gay people because they're nice. The preppy ass people is stuck up and whack. The jock people into sports, they're treating me like shit. So I don't really, because I'm not like them. So I don't fit into that. I'm not really into this golf shit that these people got going on. But I walk down the hallway and the gay dude is super nice to me. Or the lesbian, she says hi to me every morning. So I say hi to her and we build a friendship and it quenches my curiosity. And then I'll go to it. If I'm a woman, I didn't naturally be turned on to girls, but it wasn't just, I didn't think about it early on. Because of the circumstances, I just decided that this is what I like. I tried it, I ended up liking it, and so now this is what I do. Circumstances created this homosexual. Okay? Then you have natural. There are some people that no matter, they weren't molested, nothing happened to them, they just naturally are inclined to like what they like. When you see those 4-year-old boys and girls that you just know they are going to be gay. And they grow up and they're gay. They come out the womb like that. They have that. It's just natural. There's circumstantial and then there's natural. You don't know who are you coming across. Some people are just gay because they got caught up in it. Not because they're naturally inclined to like men or women, depending on that. It's just circumstantial. And so I meet trans women all the time who they got up in geesh, got up in as a woman, they put the clothes on, and they just so happen to be pretty. They just so happen to look like a girl. They never really thought about being a girl. But because they got up in drag, and they looked good, and everybody was like, yes, bitch, you look sickening. Serve, honey. That validation said, oh, well, this makes me, that need for that validation, oh, this gives me a little life. They're not naturally trans. They never wanted to be a girl. But because they got them some life, or she became a woman to get the type of men that she likes. And so if I get boobs, get tits, get everything else, this is the type of men that I like. So I'm going to become a woman based on outside reasons. I'm going to become a woman because I want this type of man. I'm not naturally want to be a girl. That's why she has a different mentality than other trans women, because her motivations are different. That's okay. This is a type of trans person. And it's okay for her to be that. But to me, under my theory, she's a circumstantial trans woman. Her circumstances, not her inside, her circumstances wanting to be with this type of man, the outside, and her motivations being that I want this type of person. So I got all of this done. Not because I feel like a woman, not because I got all of this done to me because this is the type of dick I want to have. Her motivations was outside of her. And to me, usually circumstantial trans women are not authentically women. So anything can put them in a mindset, any type of crisis, any type of whatever could make them go back to being a boy because that's who they naturally were. Wherever they get in that validation, once they grow out of that, they could easily go back to being a boy because they don't have that need for validation anymore. Natural trans woman, I just think this is just who it is. It's not about men. It's not about whatever. This is just about me. So you can't rock this. This is in me. You can't circumstance. If I go and you put me in any circumstances, a woman is still going to be in that circumstances. I don't care. Men don't motivate me. That's just how it is. And it's kind of difficult because a lot of people invalidate these type of women. And I'm like, no, this is what they choose to do. And they're valid lives. This is just what they do. You feel what I'm saying? It's hard for me to justify because I'm not them, but they have a right to live how they want to live. And if Riri wants to now be a boy and follow Christ, baby, more power to you. Which brings me to another point. You don't have to get off the boat and try to destroy the boat that you're on, that you were just on. You can get off the ride, you can get off and go do your thing and love you and make the choices you make. And you do not have to demonize what you just once were. You don't have to do that. So when you come and you try to make us the devil, when you just lived a whole life as us, that's the problem that I have with this particular story. Just go be a fucking man. You don't have to demonize us. Say, that wasn't for me. More power to them. Do their thing. Blah, 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 blah. I think it's irresponsible for you as a human being and as a Christian to try to reinforce the negative things that affect these human beings that you're leaving behind. I think that's the only negative thing about her particular story that I have a problem with. It's like, you don't have to demonize us to go and be a man. Just take the wig off, get your titties cut off, get silicone taken out, do whatever you want to do to be a man. Go, more power to you. Get your life. Bitch, this ain't for you. Great. But you don't have to be negative to the rest of us. Because people are going to look at you and say, oh, see, they all can do that. They're just not choosing to. You see how she came back to Christ? The Lord is blue, 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 blue. See, They're not going to look at you and say, well, this is her particular journey. Somebody else, she's a circumstantial trans woman, and now she's switching over to back here. The natural one over here, this is them. They're not going to know the separation because you probably don't know the separation because you think we all like you and we're not. I have too much conviction to feel like I'm turned over to a reprobated mind, speaking in church language. It's impossible. I'm too spiritual to be turned over to a reprobated mind. No. That's just not who I am. But I'm not you. And because you have this type of issue going on in your life and you feel like you were weak enough to be penetrated by the devil and tricked and delusioned, that's you, sweetie. That's your journey, and you need to fix it. And you're doing that by becoming a man and doing your thing. And you don't have to demonize us in order for you to be a man, in order for you to love Christ, in order for you to do any of that. You don't have to demonize us, babe. You can do what you're doing based on you, because that's your life, that's your journey, that's your battle. You no longer have these heels on, baby. But you just a couple of years ago, you did. And you knew the difficulties. Take those experiences back to your Christian congregation and teach them how to love us like Christ would. How about you do that? Instead of demonizing us, teach those Christians how to love us and be in our corner. So since you believe that we all mentally fucked up, teach them how to love us to bring us back to Christ, baby. Don't teach them more how to demonize it. They got that down pat. They got that part of it. Teach them how to love us like Christ would. That's what you need to do. Anyway, everybody is not circumstantially gay or circumstantially trans. Everybody's journey is different. Riri Nicole needed to go back to become a better person, supposedly. She needed to go back to reinvent herself because this was her still being lost. And this could be her still being lost, but I don't know. That's not my journey. I hope it's not. I hope this leads her down whatever path in life that makes her the best she can be. He can be. Thank you guys for watching. That's all I have to talk about. I know it's kind of all over the place, but those are my thoughts. If somebody wants to do transition, that is their journey. Good luck to them. I don't want you to think that all of us are just waiting to be delivered from this. No, baby. There's nothing to be delivered from. She got delivered from her lostness in the world. Her out looking for validation that she didn't find, and she had to go back to where she started. She went through that. She was going down the wrong path, and she wants to be going down the right one for her. The right one for her is not the right one for me. And I don't want someone looking at her making this decision to apply that to us all, because we're all different and we got in this game for different reasons and different motivations. Obviously, it was not enough for her, and so she wants to go back and start over somewhere else, which is her right. Anyway, this is your girl Diamond. Have a wonderful day.